Valorant's meta is constantly changing, and the power shift between agents within their classes seems to only happen more frequently as time goes on. Today, we're going to be talking about two agents that have been vying for the top spot within the controller class in an attempt to be the top smoke agent in Valorant. What is up, ProGuides family? I'm your host, Sergeant Frost, and today, we have a video comparing OMEN and BRIMSTONE post-patch 2.0. Let's not waste any more time, let's get right into this. To start off 2021, patch 2.0 aimed to shake up the Valorant meta. Several buffs and nerfs across the board with the addition of Yoru made a huge power shift occur within the game. Two changes that made the biggest shift within the meta involve nerfs to OMEN and buffs to BRIMSTONE. In this video, we will be breaking down each agent and showing how they stack up against each other as smoke-oriented agents. The goal for this video is to show you the pros, cons, and differences between each agent. And with this information, it will allow you to make a more informed decision of who you should be spending the most time grinding with. Let's start off this matchup by comparing who does the job of smoking better. Okay, let's start the section off with the American Rambo, BRIMSTONE. Patch 2.0 really showed some love to BRIMSTONE's smokes. The changes that they gave him were the main focus in an effort to buff his kit to make him a more complete agent in the long run. Brim's Sky Smokes got some serious buffs, with its cast range being increased from 4,200 to 5,000. And his smokes got their duration increased from 14.25 seconds to 19.25 seconds. Also, a small side change to throw in, you can no longer hear Brimstone make the beep sound when he confirms his smokes on his pad. Trust me, these buffs look underwhelming on the surface, but on a micro and macro level, they make a world of a difference. Brimstone's smokes got a huge increase in overall value because now his smokes last 4 seconds longer than OMEN's smokes. And he has a much wider range in which he can cast his smokes. Also, the removal of the confirmation noise when he drops his smokes makes him a lot stealthier when trying to call them in. That can save him from being killed in a 1v1 when he's trying to drop his smokes fast and clutch around. Now, let's talk about OMEN and how well he does his job. Brimstone's smoke buffs brought up his value a lot because now his smokes aren't inferior to OMEN's smokes in every way possible. The only attributes OMEN smokes have over Brims after patch 2.0 is OMEN smokes are hollow on the inside, which allows people to hide inside of them. And OMEN has a longer cast range for his smokes as well. OMEN nerfs to his smokes mainly involve lowering their travel speed from 4,000 to 2,800. While many players would freak out and complain, OMG, that's almost half their original speed. Trust me, in-game you won't notice too big of a difference when using them. The only way I can suggest making this nerf feel less painful is by thinking about where you want to put your smokes down earlier in a round and deploying them a lot sooner than you normally would have. The travel speed nerf on his smokes mainly nerfed panic smoking with OMEN, because on some maps, OMEN had the power to throw a smoke across the map to help his team and it would be there in less than 4 seconds. OMEN is still OMEN even with the nerfs to his smokes, and these changes should not be a reason for you to kick one of the most consistent agents in the game to the curb because of one minor inconvenience. For our final comparison, even with the Brimstone buffs and the OMEN nerfs, both of these agents still serve a purpose in the meta and still have the right to be the main smoke agent within your team comp. I will admit, both of these agents are better at different aspects of smoking. For instance, Brimstone can walk while casting his smokes, and with their increased range, he can now place 3 smokes down at once with pinpoint accuracy. This makes Brimstone's smokes offensive-sided because he has the ability to lay down 3 smokes instantly and get his gun back up and help his team. OMEN, on the other hand, had his smoke travel speed nerfed, so this prevents him from panic smoking, which makes him less effective at getting quick smokes down on the site when attacking. But you also have to remember, OMEN's smokes are hollow and can be placed in a way that allows for him to create one-way smokes. Both of these unique attributes makes his smokes much better suited for defense and holding down a site. At the end of the day, both Brimstone and OMEN are great agents, and they both have the capabilities of holding down the main smoke role on your team. If your squad is very attacker-sided, Brimstone might be right up your alley. But if your squad can play lockdown defense, OMEN is your guy to get the job done right. In the end, choose whichever agent you feel the most comfortable on and who you will think will complement your playstyle the best. You guys know we couldn't move on without our question of the day. Today's question is, does Valorant need another smoke agent, or are the ones we have already fine? Personally, I think the game could use another smoke agent if and only if they can implement their smoke ability into the game in a balanced and non-broken way. Let us know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. Alright, let's get right back into the video. Another aspect of the Brimstone vs OMEN debate is who performs the best on each map. Let's start this debate off with the map Split. The first thing you must take into consideration with Split is the height differences and the amount of elevated angles within this map. This verticality aspect of Split puts OMEN at a huge advantage over Brimstone. Why is this, you might ask? Well, first off, OMEN has a lot more mobility than Brimstone. Both his Shadow Step and Ultimate ability allow him to get onto elevated spots around the map with the click of a button, and they allow him to rotate and traverse the map a lot faster than Brimstone can. The funny thing is, we haven't even talked about how their smokes interact with this map yet either. OMEN's smokes are far superior to Brimstone's smokes on Split, and there is one key reason that separates their smokes. OMEN has much more control over how accurately he is able to place his smokes compared to Brimstone, who only has a top-down view from his pad. This allows OMEN to drop his smokes in specific locations that can create one-ways and allow him to cut off entire lines of sight with one elevated smoke placement. For example, both A and B sites have heaven spots that overlook the site on Split. OMEN has the ability to precisely place a smoke to completely block off the heaven areas of those sites. Compare this to Brimstone, who even with the ability to drop his smokes with the click of a button, he runs the risk of having his smokes get interfered with by the terrain because the smokes must drop from the sky in order to be placed. In simpler terms, OMEN can precisely place his smokes around Split to cut off key areas and lines of sight for his team. Brimstone, on the other hand, can only call in his smokes from the sky through his pad. This allows for the potential of human error, where Brim's smokes aren't able to be accurately placed. On top of the danger that since his smokes come down from the sky, they can get caught on map terrain and become absolutely useless. Moving on, Bind as a map works differently than most other maps in Valorant. The map is wider and has very long lines of sight leading up to the bomb site entrances. Brimstone is the clear favorite for this map, and for several good reasons. First off, both bomb sites have very different spots for players to hide in, on top of having long lines of sight for all bomb site entrances. This map design benefits Brimstone because he's able to place all three of his smokes at once and cut off all the lines of sight in an instant. This prevents players who like to hide in the back of sight from switching their positions and finding a new angle to shoot from. Compare this to OMEN, who has to use his smokes one at a time, and he only has 2 smokes compared to Brimstone's 3 smokes at any given time. Having an extra smoke at the ready makes a world of a difference when it comes to bomb site skirmishes on Bind. For example, with Brimstone you are able to smoke off Heaven, U-Haul, and triple boxes on A site with the click of a button. OMEN can only smoke off 2 of those 3 lines of sight, and he has to use his smokes one at a time, which gives away his team's intentions before the smokes even land. That crucial time wasted before all of his smokes deploy is enough for a team to rotate and flank your team before they even have a chance to get the bomb down. On top of that, Brimstone's Molly and Ultimate ability are strong area of denial tools that help him hold down a site after his team has taken it. Compared to OMEN after he's used his flash and smokes, he really offers nothing else to his team to help him hold the bomb site down. Bind is a map that has very retakeable sites, and because of this, Brimstone's kit offers his team a lot more potency when it comes to controlling the bomb site. And with that being said, he's much better than OMEN on Bind. Moving on to our favorite 3 bomb site map, Haven is pretty neutral, but it can favor OMEN a little more than Brimstone. This is mainly because Haven is one of the widest maps in Valorant, and this means that this map has pretty long rotate times. This automatically favors OMEN because his ultimate helps him cover a lot of ground. Compare this to Brimstone, who has to travel all those long distances on foot. Brimstone, while he might be less mobile than OMEN, has his advantages on Haven as well. The plannable space on bomb sites is quite small compared to other bomb sites on other maps in Valorant. This gives Brimstone a huge advantage because his ultimate and Molly cover a lot of ground as area denial tools. Brimstone can clutch around on attack by simply activating his ultimate and obliterating an enemy trying to defuse. Also, Brimstone mains that know their lineups can plan in very specific spots and use their mollies to deny a defuse from the defenders and win around that way as well. Overall, Haven is a tie between the 2 smokers, because OMEN is better with mobility, rotations, and map presence, and Brimstone is better with map control and denying area along with diffuses. Moving on to ASCENT, this is a fairly balanced map that doesn't favor one agent too heavily. The map is not wide, so rotations are not an issue, and the map has some fairly big plannable spots within sites, so area denial tools won't matter as much. ASCENT is a fairly even map in my opinion gameplay-wise for both agents. Neither attack or defense have too big of an advantage when it comes to playing the map. Brimstone and OMEN smokes are both useful because they won't need to travel too far to get to their destination. Also, Brimstone and OMEN's kits can help them lock down the big bomb site areas that are unique to ASCENT. This map is a hard tie because neither Brimstone or OMEN will shine on this map over the other when it comes to gameplay on ASCENT. As long as they both do their job well when it comes to smoking, and they both manage to use their kit to the best of their ability, both of these agents are viable picks on this map. ICEBOX, the map we just love to talk about so much and wish we had to think about even less. ICEBOX falls into the same category as Split from earlier in the video. OMEN has the advantage here because the vertical play and elevated off angles allow for him to use his mobility to outplay the enemy team. All the perches, elevated platforms, and boxes OMEN can get on top of makes him a threat to the enemy team that they will constantly have to watch out for as they navigate around the map. Brimstone, on the other hand, might not be as mobile around the map as OMEN, but his ability to place his smokes in rapid succession in close proximity makes him very effective for sieging and holding bomb sites. Not to mention his ult can totally encompass the plannable areas of both A and B bomb sites as well. Brimstone has the upper hand for site holding on ICEBOX, which makes him a very good agent to use to complement a team that likes to play a lot of their players on site. But OMEN has an even bigger advantage on this map, because of the amount of places he can shoot at you from can lead to some easy frags and even easier map control for him in the long run. We're sorry, Brimstone, but OMEN will outfrag you and have bigger map control presence while he's alive on this map. If you want more help learning about how you can improve your gameplay in Valorant, make sure you check out ProGuides.com. You can quickly upload your gameplay VODs on our website, and we have coaches online 24/7 who will quickly get back to you and help you on your journey towards improving in Valorant. ProGuides.com will teach you the skills to rank up faster, enjoy the game more, and receive premium help from our online coaches. You can book a session whenever you need it, according to your schedule. No more time being stuck in your elo. Head over to ProGuides.com and begin the journey to the rank of your dreams. Well everyone, that's all we have for our Brimstone vs OMEN debate. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. We upload new videos just like this one every single day, and the best way to stay notified of that is by ringing that notification bell. Don't forget to check out our website to gain some access to some truly amazing coaching. Remember to stay safe out there, and I will see you all again very soon.